Hey guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am coming at you from my guest room at my mom's house because I am on winter break from college and I just finished my first semester of my freshman year and I am on winter break. And the reason I am in my guest room inside my bedroom downstairs is because I'm a slob and my whole room is super dirty. As some of you may know, I just finished my first semester of my freshman year, so I have a little bit of experience now, not a whole year's worth or even 4 years worth or however many, but I mean, I feel like you learn so much within those first few months of college than you do for all of high school. I've seen like even a tweet saying something like that. I'm like, that's so true. Like within your classes, with life, with being on your own. So here's a couple things that I wish I knew before I started. And we'll just get right into it. The first thing that I really wish I knew, and that came to a pretty big shock to me when I started school, was that it is really hard at first. And like I don't know, like most people that I talk to before I started school that went to the same university as me or just in college in general, like a 4-year, university, not just like a community college, like people who were actually freshmen, dorming, and all that stuff, like what I was going to do. They were telling me how fun it is, how much they liked it, telling me all like what it was like when they first started. Nobody, even on YouTube when I would watch a ton of videos, nobody ever said that it's like really hard at first. Like literally the second day there, I was crying because I was just so overwhelmed and so not used to it. I literally, like the first night I was laying in my bed, like I had everything unpacked, our whole room was decorated. It was kind of cool, like moving in and everything like that. But I was like literally like laying in my bed and I was like, maybe this is a mistake. I don't live that far away from school, so if I really wanted to live at home, I definitely could, because it's like only like a 30-minute drive every time I wanted to, go to school, so it's not that big of a deal. So I definitely could live at home, but I just wanted to see what it was like in dorms. But I literally was laying in my bed that first night I moved in, and I was like, can I go home? Like, is it too late to go home now? But just because I was like so in shock, like, I don't know, it's so weird because I mentally prepared myself, but that isn't even enough until you're actually there doing it. And so that was kind of like alarming. And then that next day I went to the grocery store to get some like food for our dorm, me and my roommate, and I just was looking at the granola. I've told so many people this story because I was just like, it's so stupid, but I was like looking at the granola section and I was like, which one should I pick? Should I get organic? Should I get the whole grain? Should I get gluten-free? Like all this stuff, just because like my parents are really healthy like that, and so when I'm at the store with them, they just pick it, it's done. But like just that decision, I was like, oh my god, I'm like on my own, I'm getting my own food, I have to decide for myself. Like I just bawled, like I just started bawling in the middle of the store, and it was like really embarrassing. But like it's just like a weird reality to get used to. Just as the next few days went on, I started to get used to it a little bit more and more, and it was nice just having some friends I already knew beforehand. We'd see all these like groups of people walking around campus, like good friends already, and we're like, what the heck, like how are people making like big groups of friends like the first day or two that they're here before we even start classes? And I mean, half of the time it was people who already knew each other. Like when we'd see like roommates just like jamming out together in the rooms, they already knew each other, like they went to the same school. But it's like a little bit deceiving, and you think like, oh my god, everyone's gonna hate me. Like I don't know, you just feel like a social outlier unless you actually know that these people already knew each other. And yeah, I definitely did get more comfortable, made friends, liked being on my own, but just at first it's so shocking, and it's like really, like you start to doubt it, you're just really stressed out, you're upset, like you're homesick. That's totally normal. Once you get past that, you're gonna love college. Number 2, the freshman 15 is so real. Like, oh my god, it is so real, and it's not even for the reasons you think, at least not for my experience. Like as I was saying, it is so real, and for me it's not because like I have constant access to unhealthy food at my school, like I am on a meal plan, because you have to be at my school. You have to be, even if it's on the lowest one. I was on the middle one, and I would never go half the time because I'm like so lazy, or I just like would get really tired of like the same like repetitive type stuff. So if I did go, I would always eat like salad or fruit or something like that. Or I would just go eat pizza every single time. And that's like really bad. So I got really tired of it pretty quickly, and I would just get so lazy to leave my dorm. As sad as that is, like I would never do it. So half the time I would like use like Order Up or something like that, or just get pizza, or go get food with my friends. Or when I would come visit home, I'd miss like my parents' food so much, I would just like binge eat like so bad every time I would come home. So like that was where I'm thinking I gained so much weight. Like I'm not even kidding you right now. Like a lot of people think I'm overreacting. No, I gained 15 plus pounds. Like, I'm not overreacting, but it's just not for the reason you think, because I know if you do eat like at school constantly, like, you do have access to unhealthy as well as healthy food, and it's like kind of up to you. And if you're just really stressed out, you might just eat the bad food. But for me, I would just get pizza all the time. I'd go get food all the time, like Chick-fil-A and like Qdoba, like a lot with my friends, or I would just come home and just like overeat. Like, even if it wasn't super healthy, the stuff, like, it wasn't really unhealthy, the food I would eat at my parents' house, but like even on break, I'm like trying to like catch up because I like missed food here so much. Like, I just overeat to like, it's bad. So definitely watch out for that. Try to be healthy. I thought I'd go to the gym a lot more than I like got a gym membership to an outside gym, let alone the one that's like actually on my campus, which is not a bad gym. It's just really crowded, and I'm like embarrassed when I go to the gym. Like, I'm an idiot, but yeah, no, I need to like do something with my life. I just don't. And so I did gain weight, and I'm just like so lazy and just being stressed out. It's so real. So definitely, like, if you can, just try to be aware of it. I don't think it's 100% preventable. A lot of these things you just have to learn on your own, but that was definitely one of them. Number 2, this is gonna sound dumb because like everybody's gonna tell you this, and I was told this like a million times, but it's really important to like go to class. I know it's just dumb just because it's like, okay, yeah, thank you, duh. But like, and even if you don't plan on it, like I did not plan on being like a lazy college student. Like when I first went, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go every day. I'm gonna study for an hour after my classes. I'm gonna take notes on every single thing, stay updated. No, I just like after like the first couple weeks, I started getting kind of lazy, falling behind just because I don't have parents or just like somebody, you know, trying to keep track of my schedule. Somebody just kind of like expecting me to do the right thing. I just kind of got lazy just being on my own, went to go hang out with my friends because they have different schedules than me. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll skip class, whatever. It's fine. One day, the worst thing that happened to me from doing this, besides just being really stressed out, I didn't go to class one day, and one of my friends in that class was like, yo, we have a test today. I'm like, oh, well, I like looked, I mean, to be honest, I did kind of freak out. I was like, oh, like we have a test. And so then I like looked at the time. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to make it there on time. Like, what am I going to do? You know, I'll just make up the test. That's what I told her. I texted her back. I was like, yo, I'll just make the test up. Like, what can I do now? And turns out that class specifically, no makeups, unless probably if you had like some like super good excuse with like a doctor's note or some kind of like evidence. Yeah, you can't make up the test. So literally in the grade book, I haven't even told my mom about this, I don't think, 0 out of 100. And that was like one of the first grades. Yeah, that was really bad. I had like an F for like a long time in that class, and it took me all semester to get that back up. We didn't even have a ton of assignments, so just really try to watch your syllabus. If you have to miss a day, or if you plan on missing a day, just really keep a track of when you have tests, when you have assignments due in your syllabus, just because like it's that was a really big mistake, and you just got to really watch out for it. It was fashion industry, so I'm like, oh, I don't need to go. But yeah, no, you definitely need to go test days, especially when it's like a 200 plus 300 plus person class, because they're not gonna do makeup tests for everybody. Like, I don't know, I was stupid to think I'd be able to do that, because I know some classes you can, but not in this class. Bad idea. I did get an okay grade in the end, like it was fine, but not all the time you can come back from things like that. Number 3, definitely, I wish I knew how to prioritize before I went to school. I mean, when you're a senior in high school, you literally have like 2 classes, so you have a lot of time to mess around with your friends, you have time to work if you choose to work while you're in school, and all that kind of stuff. But in college, like, it's definitely a lot harder to have like a full work schedule, a full school schedule, as well as like do stuff with your friends all the time. It is really hard. Like, one of them has to give, and for a while it was my school. Like, I forget like the reason. My mom's like, remember why you're actually there. You're there to go to school. And I kind of let that slide a lot of times. I would just like prioritize working and hanging out with my friends, and it's not even like out of choice. I would just get scheduled a lot and not tell them like, hey, I need to cut back hours because I don't have time for this. Like, literally, I would just prioritize the wrong types of things. And toward the end of the semester, I kind of got a better balance of things, and definitely got in routine of like, oh, I can only work this many hours when I have like this stuff going on this week. As you know, you just definitely got to balance that out. And at first, you're gonna like, at first it's definitely hard. I learned the hard way. Like, you can't like party and hang out with your friends like all the time, like every single night. You cannot do that. And I think that's something you gotta learn on, you have to learn on your own, that you can't, you know, party with your friends and go do all these things every single night and then be motivated to go to work or do your homework or stay on top of your tasks. Like, you won't. So you definitely kind of gotta feel out how to prioritize, and I think it's different for everybody. Another thing that I wish I knew before I went to college was it's so much different than high school. Like, I literally thought in the sense of like how you dress, how you look, like when you go to school, like how much you actually care about that stuff. Because when I was in high school, literally every single day I would wear makeup, like a full face of makeup, like try to be all on point with my outfits and like look cute and just like, you know, do my hair and all that stuff. Yeah, like after the first few weeks in college, it's kind of fun when you don't have a dress code, so you can literally wear whatever you want. And so those days I would, you know, go all out with my makeup, my hair, and my outfit just because it was like, don't have dress code. But then literally I just like, as time went by, I literally started to not care at all. Like, I'd go to my 9 a.m. or my 10 a.m. Like, I would literally just wash my face, brush my teeth, and go. Like, I did not do anything whatsoever. And let me tell you, I look kind of scary without makeup. So that's how much, like, that's like saying a lot. Like, that I would literally do nothing when I go to classes. Because you end up just not caring. Like, you just become a lot more confident within yourself to just not care about that kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. Nobody actually gives it care, like, about it. Come back after that first class, get some food, and then I would just like take a shower, do my hair, do my makeup, and like get changed if I had work or something like that. That's when I would do that. Or every day in between, like the hour or two between classes, I would get ready. If I went to the class where there's this guy that was like super cute that I'd always sit next to, like I would get ready for that class. But other than that, no. Like, it's nice. Honestly, it's kind of a relief not to care about that kind of stuff anymore, just because you're in such a bigger environment. Everybody's like so much more mature for the most part, and unless you care, you don't actually have to. Like, I went to a really small high school where I'm like trying to stay on my game all the time. I don't know why I cared so much about what people think. It's definitely a lot better of an environment, I would say. Another thing I wish I knew, that I would like it so much more than high school. Like, oh my god, like seriously, it's so much better. I've made so many friends. Not that I didn't have friends in high school, but it's like you have such a bigger pool of friends, and like you make friends in your major, friends in, like, I am in Greek life, I'm in a sorority, so I made so many new friends through that, and I just absolutely love it. And that was just really awesome. I have friends that don't go to my university, just like all over the place, and like there's pretty much no drama, and that's such a relief. That's why I like it so much better. Like, sometimes there was like a little bit with people I went to high school with, but not necessarily with like any of the new people I met, which is just really cool. I don't know, I don't like being a person that is involved in confrontations or just like stupid stuff. Like, I hate when people are mad at me. I don't like being mad at people. And if somebody does something to make me upset, like, I literally think it over. Like, is this something worth being mad about? And if I don't want to, like, I just don't like those types of situations. That I know, oh, I don't like drama. Like, there's those girls, you know, but then they do like drama and like start it up or whatever. Like, no, that's like, I'm not like that. So it's definitely a really nice, fresh environment. So another thing I wish I knew before going to college was it's okay to change your major, and it's okay to not like the major you picked. I went to college this first semester of freshman year as a apparel and merchandising major, like the fashion major at CSU, and it's a really good program actually. It's 5th in the nation of that degree, like that major type program. So it's a really good program, but I thought it was interesting at first, but just as weeks went on, I definitely realized this is not for me, and not like necessarily because I didn't like it and it wasn't interesting. It definitely was, but there's a lot of artistic and creativity that goes behind that, and my creativity isn't fueled by like clothing and designing clothing, because we did stuff like that and just all the aesthetics and aspects behind it. I really wasn't that interested in that, and it just really made the semester drag on a little bit, like academic wise. And so I definitely ended up wanting to change my major about halfway through. I mean, throughout the first semester with all my fashion classes, I had 2 just like general ed requirement classes that had nothing to do with my major, and I liked those classes more, and I thought I'd like those the least. I liked psych a lot, and I liked Western civilizations a lot, my history class, which was like, I mean, it helped that like the guy in that class was like really hot, and like me and him would like sit together and we'd talk, and he was like a sophomore. He was like really cool. Like, I really liked him, and so that probably helped the history one. I don't think I would have made it through that class if that wasn't a thing. I don't know, but that's kind of where I realized like I need to change my major, and that's definitely fine. Like, when I first decided I didn't like it and that I might want to change my major, I was like, like really questioning if that was the right thing to do or not, but no, it's definitely okay. It's definitely normal, and so I'm definitely glad I'm doing it now. I'm sorry I said definitely like 10 times in a row, and you guys probably think I'm like so... I feel like this video is gonna be so boring because I feel like I'm not hitting like crucial points. What else? I mean, another thing I wish I knew before I went to college is that boys are gonna be the same way they were in high school for the most part. You're not gonna like, oh, they grew up over the summer between their senior year and their freshman year. Just like I probably haven't grown up a lot either. Like I was just as, like, I'm pretty immature, and like I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm perfect and these guys are just like F boys. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely not like that. I don't really want to like be serious, which is like, it's expected, you know, you got to keep that in your mind. And I did have that in my mind with this one guy. I was like, oh, he's like really cute, so he's probably just like, you know, wanting to be, you know, like, not, you know, I don't even want to say it, but he just wants to be like an F-boy, I guess. Like, just be friends with him, you know, keep a distance, like whatever. And then like as you kind of hang out with that person a lot, it really like kind of breaks down your wall, but you need to keep that like fresh in your head, like, hey, like, I just feel so embarrassed saying this in front of the camera that I was an idiot, and I think that people are gonna start just being mature overnight and like wanting the same things I do, and that's usually not the case with college boys. I mean, there's probably definitely some nice ones like here and there, but you just kind of got to keep your eye out. With that, I don't even think that's like advice, because I feel like you're gonna find guys like that like for your whole life. I don't know. Another thing I wish I knew before I went to college is you're not going to stay friends with your high school group or your like close friends from high school. It's not going to happen. Like a lot of people told me that too, but I was like, oh, we're going to be different. We're going to be in the same town. We're going to go to the same university. Like half of us did, half of us didn't, but we're still in the same area. Like, no, you probably won't. Like, it just doesn't work out. You kind of like outgrow those relationships, and you kind of outgrow just because you're not in high school anymore. You guys became friends because you bonded over that, like being together. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some friends that still stick together, and I'm not like, oh, we're not friends anymore. Like, we still are. It's just not the same. And you just definitely kind of like move on with your life. And that's kind of like a hard thing it was really hard for me to kind of like come to terms with that. But, you know, it happens. I just went to check at how long this video is, and it's already like pretty long, and I just feel like I definitely winged this video, so I didn't have like a lot of these points planned. Like I was thinking about what I was gonna say, but I didn't actually like write it down or like make notes or like practice it type of thing. I don't know if that's people even do that, but I just didn't want to like ramble too much. I think I did maybe a little bit, but hopefully you guys got something from this, and it may not make sense to you if you haven't been in college yet, or I mean, if you're just way far off from that, if you're like in 8th grade, like this probably like won't matter to you or make sense to you, but you'll definitely kind of see what I'm saying once you do go through that. But anyways, sorry, my dog just started barking, but yeah, I mean, I hope you definitely like learned something from this video, and I hope this was entertaining to you in some way or another. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave anything you want to see down below, if it's college related, if it's not. I mean, I have a couple video ideas I want to do. So definitely leave anything you want to see down below, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.